Welcome back to B&B for Phone. Today is a beautiful Tuesday, and it is the perfect time to dive deep into the scandalous, dangerous, and utterly unpredictable world of Los Angeles. Grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let us unpack the latest jaw-dropping rumors and absolute chaos brewing at Forrester Creations. We have so much to talk about today, so let us jump right into the madness. Do you guys actually think Steffy Forrester Finnegan is about to suffer a horrific, life-threatening accident? Let's be honest. The whispers in the fandom are getting louder by the minute, and we urgently need to figure out exactly what is going to happen to our fiercely independent Forrester CEO. Is Sheila Carter finally making her deadly, long-awaited move? Let us break down this explosive storyline and see how this absolute nightmare is about to unfold on The Bold and the Beautiful. Can you believe it? We are once again standing on the precipice of a massive Sheila Carter reign of terror, and I am absolutely here for the suspense. Here's what we know based on the latest rumblings and intense character interactions. Sheila is currently sitting in isolation, stewing in her own toxic, paranoid thoughts, wondering why on earth Steffy simply refuses to open her heart to her. Sheila keeps replaying that gut-wrenching, emotionally charged conversation she just had with Finn. Her own flesh and blood, the son she would do absolutely anything for, looked her straight in the eye and delivered a devastating blow. Finn told his mother that Steffy is never going to change. He actually advised Sheila to pack up her emotional baggage, walk away, and just move on with her life. That's crazy. Does Finn not know who he is talking to? You do not just tell a notorious criminal like Sheila Carter to walk quietly into the night. But here's the surprise. Sheila is absolutely not the type of woman who just quietly fades into the background. She has spent months, maybe even years, trying to prove to everyone that she is a reformed, changed woman. She has practically begged on her hands and knees for a second chance from the people she hurt the most. She has shown restraint, she has shown patience, but the people she desperately wants in her life just refuse to see her growth. And you won't believe what happens next in her twisted, complex mind. Sheila is finally waking up to the harsh, undeniable reality that she is always the loser in this Los Angeles game of chess. Let us dive deep into the psychological profile of Sheila Carter for a moment, because this is where the story gets incredibly dark. This is a woman whose entire existence is fueled by obsession and a desperate, clawing need for family validation. When she looks at her life right now, all she sees is a giant, gaping void where her happiness should be. She lost her marriage to Deacon Sharp, and to whom? Taylor Hayes, Steffy's mother. The irony is just too deliciously painful. Losing Deacon to her ultimate mortal enemy is a wound that is actively bleeding, and Sheila is blaming the entire Forrester and Hayes bloodline for her misery. And then there is the Steffy factor. Because of Steffy's ironclad boundaries and fierce protection of her family, Sheila has completely lost the opportunity to build any kind of meaningful relationship with Finn and her biological grandson, Hayes. Sheila feels like she has lost absolutely everything to the Forrester family. She is exhausted, she is broken, and she is sick and tired of playing the victim while everyone else gets to live happily ever after. So, what does a cornered, heartbroken predator do? It attacks. I have to admit, I have a massive love-hate relationship with Sheila. I deeply hate the pain and trauma she causes our favorite characters, but I absolutely love the unhinged, heart-pounding drama she brings to our screens. We have been suffering through a somewhat slow-paced plot lately with all the corporate boardroom bickering and intercepted love letters, but Sheila is about to inject some serious adrenaline into this show. She is ready to completely shed this fake good girl persona and revert right back to the dark, sinister, murderous villain we all know and fear. She is going to plot, she is going to scheme, and she is going to orchestrate a horrific accident for Steffy. Just imagine the sheer terror of what Sheila might be cooking up in that dark mind of hers. We are talking about a calculated, cold-blooded strike against the Forrester matriarch. Will she tamper with the brakes on Steffy's car while she is parked in the executive lot at Forrester Creations? Or maybe she will hire someone shady from her criminal past to run Steffy off the treacherous cliffs in Malibu? The suspense is literally killing me. If Steffy ends up in a coma, fighting for her life on life support, the entire landscape of the show shifts overnight. We might even see some temporary replacement actors brought in to play specialized hospital staff or hard-nosed detectives as the mystery of the accident unfolds. But we all know the truth. Sheila Carter's invisible fingerprints will be all over this tragedy. And let us connect this impending doom to the current events happening right now in the show. Steffy is already fighting a massive, exhausting war on a completely different front. While Sheila is plotting a literal murder attempt, Steffy is completely oblivious because she is about to be blindsided by Brooke Logan in the boardroom. Hope Logan just pushed her mother to make a seductive, undeniable offer to Ridge to take over Steffy's co-CEO position. Ridge is actually considering replacing his own daughter. Steffy is completely surrounded by enemies on all sides. Brooke is coming for her corporate crown, and Sheila is coming for her actual life. Amazing. The successor characters like Steffy and Hope are finally engaging in the ultimate power battle, but Steffy might not even survive long enough to fight for her grandfather's company. Let us talk about Finn's psychology in all of this, because his emotional journey is about to become a living nightmare. John Finnegan has been walking a dangerous tightrope for years, trying to balance his profound love for his wife and his complicated, inescapable biological pull toward his mother. When he told Sheila to leave, he genuinely thought he was protecting his family. He thought he was being the strong, protective husband that Steffy needed. But in reality, his harsh rejection is the exact catalyst that is going to push Sheila over the edge into total madness. Finn's words were the match that lit the powder keg. If Steffy nearly dies in a horrific crash, the guilt is going to absolutely destroy Finn. He will realize that his mother's psychotic break was triggered by his own rejection. That is the kind of agonizing emotional torture that makes for incredible daytime television. What about Taylor Hayes? We absolutely cannot ignore the Taylor factor in this explosive equation. We already know that Sheila is escalating her plotting against Taylor just in time for May sweeps because she desperately wants Deacon back. But Sheila's rage is multifaceted and incredibly toxic. She hates Taylor for stealing her man, and she hates Steffy for stealing her son. By taking out Steffy, Sheila accomplishes two devastating evil goals at once. She eliminates the physical barrier between her and Finn, and she inflicts the ultimate, unimaginable pain on Taylor. Losing a child is Taylor's absolute greatest fear, and Sheila knows exactly how to hit her where it hurts the most. It is brilliant, it is evil, and it is exactly the kind of massive storyline we deserve. I really believe that the writers are setting us up for a summer of absolute tragedy, heartbreak, and chaos. Steffy has always been the unbreakable Forrester queen. She has survived terrifying motorcycle crashes, crippling opioid addictions, and even being shot in the dark alley behind Il Giardino by this exact same woman. But this time feels entirely different. Sheila has absolutely nothing left to lose. When a legendary villain has no hope, they have no boundaries. The dark, sinister Sheila is back, and she is operating on pure, unadulterated vengeance. Are we going to see Steffy fighting for her life in a sterile hospital bed while Ridge and Brooke argue in the waiting room over who controls Forrester Creations? Will Liam Spencer swoop in to comfort a devastated, weeping Finn, or will Liam selfishly use this tragedy to try and win Steffy back, leaving hope completely in the dust? The ripple effects of this horrific accident will touch every single character on the canvas. Will Spencer and R.J. Forrester might even have to immediately stop their petty physical fighting at the office to deal with the massive family tragedy. Even Ivy Forrester's manipulative little letter schemes and Elektra's romantic dilemmas will seem completely irrelevant when the co-CEO is fighting for her life on a ventilator. Think about Carter Walton and Daphne for a second. They are currently dealing with their own heartbreaking infertility fears, desperately scheduling doctor appointments and looking into surrogacy options. A massive, life-altering tragedy involving Steffy would force everyone, including a devastated Carter, to put their personal lives and dreams on hold to keep Forrester Creations afloat during a time of unprecedented crisis. Everything is interconnected, and Sheila's actions will send a shockwave through the entire city. Let's be honest. We, as fans, have been waiting for the other shoe to drop for a very long time. Sheila's redemption arc was always a ticking time bomb just waiting to explode. You cannot take a wild, bloodthirsty tiger, put it in a domestic house, and expect it not to bite when it gets hungry. Sheila's true nature is violence, manipulation, and control. The fact that she actually believed she could play house with Deacon and be a loving, normal grandmother to Hayes was a complete, utter delusion. And now that the delusion has shattered into a million pieces, the reality is going to be painted in Forrester blood. I want to hear all of your thoughts on this. Do you think Sheila is going to successfully pull off this horrific accident? Will Steffy survive the crash, or are we looking at a long-term medical crisis that will change the fabric of the bold and the beautiful forever? Drop your wildest fan theories in the comments below. Let me know if you think Finn will finally see his mother for the monster she truly is, or if Sheila will somehow manage to brilliantly frame someone else for the crime. Could she somehow frame Brooke Logan to get her out of the co-CEO race? That would be the ultimate plot twists. Thank you so much for tuning in to B&B for Phone today. Keep watching, keep analyzing, and never, ever underestimate the pure wickedness of Sheila Carter.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.